Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Roliver Queen. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are doing good. If this is your first time on the channel, please be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and turn on your notifications. My goal is to hit 500 subs before the end of the year. So if you enjoy the content, please support your boy by hitting the subscribe button. But let's not waste any more time and let's jump right in. In this video, I'm going to convince you guys that Dan Didio was the greatest DC Comics villain of all time. Now, if you don't know who Dan Didio is, he was the former editor-in-chief of at DC Comic Books. Homie had a long run at DC before he was unceremoniously let go back in early 2020. Now, there were a number of different rumors as to why he was let go, and the more credible one is that he was, quote unquote, fostering a poor work environment. Homie was trying to push this whole 5G initiative, which I will talk about later, and it did not sit right with a lot of the current writing staff at the time. And the reason why this rumor is more credible is because you can go online or you can go on YouTube, and a lot of writers actually do talk about the whole 5G thing and why they weren't rocking with it. Now, before Dan Didio was let go, and even after he was let go, it was very popular to throw dirt on his name. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that everything was perfect under Didio. There were some things that I didn't enjoy under his time, but there were some other things that I did enjoy. There's a lot of things that DC comic book fans enjoy today, and that wouldn't be if it wasn't for Dan Didio. And we're gonna go through a couple of them. So get your popcorn ready, get your rage comments ready, get ready to hit that dislike button or maybe even hit that like button because I may piss you guys off, but at least hear me out. All right. So first thing is, Tom King. I get it. Homie had a very rocky run when he first started off at DC Comic Books. That Batman run was very divisive. Ended up getting pulled from under him 15 issues early. He pissed off a lot of Nightwing fans because of what he did to Dick, and that derailed the Nightwing book, and it also derailed the Titans book. He pissed off a lot of Wally West fans because of what happened in Heroes in Crisis. But after all of that, if you look at 2022, Tom King is eating good at DC Comics right now. He seems to have found his bag, course corrected, and he's been putting out a lot of great mini maxi series. We just came off of a great Supergirl run under him. We just came off of Batman Killing Time, which a lot of people seem to enjoy. Human Target is another series that people are rocking with a lot. And more recently, he just dropped the Batman, the Riddler One Bad Day. The streets were really eating that up, and I believe it went into second printing like the first or second day it came out. So it seems like fans have warmed up to Tom King, and it's great to see. But that couldn't have happened if Dan Didio did not see the vision and put him in place to begin with. So again, man, Dan Didio was looking ahead. Dan Didio had, foresight. He saw the great things that was going to come for Tom King. Now I get it. Love him or hate him, but you could even look at the sales to back it up. Tom King is doing a lot better now than what he was before. Now next up is Nightwing and Wally West. Like I said before, King did a lot of damage to both of these characters while he was under Dan Didio. That Nightwing book suffered, the Titans book suffered, and Wally West's character and his reputation just suffered massively. If anything, I would say Wally West fans were going through it worse than Nightwing fans, and it was looking bad for both of them. But now, fast forward, 2021, 2022, both of these characters have seen a resurgence. Nightwing is now a consistent top 50 selling book under Tom Taylor. Love Tom Taylor, hate Tom Taylor. The general public is really eating up his run, and it is great for Nightwing fans. And Jeremy Adams is doing amazing on The Flash right now. And it seems like every single issue it's getting better and better, and it's climbing the sales charts. That wouldn't have happened if Tom King did not do what he did to both of these characters, and if not Didio hiring Tom King. Again, division, man, division. Like, I understand Didio had it out for the Titans. He wanted to do his best to devalue them. I get it. That's one of the things that I hated. But now look at Dick and now look at Wally. Both of their fans are eating good. And it's great to see that both of these characters have been elevated. Salute to Dan Didio, man. Salute to Dan Didio. Next up is Future State. Now, remember how I was telling you guys about the whole 5G thing? Well, 5G was an initiative where we would see these younger heroes take over for our more beloved current heroes. The current heroes were supposed to be aged up, which would open the door for these younger guys to come through. Now, like I told you guys before, a lot of the then current writing staff was not feeling these decisions at all. But it seems like these ideas were still just lying around somewhere, and they were implemented during the 2 to 3 month gap between Death Metal and Infinite Frontier, which was Future State. So it's crazy, right? The one thing that got Dan Didio booted from DC Comics is what helped DC Comics stay afloat for 2 to 3 months. I can't remember off the top of my head. And even after that, a couple of these characters ended up becoming hits with the fans. Yara Flor, before her series came out, people were eating that character up. The character design was awesome. Joelle Jones was an amazing artist and an amazing writer as well. But unfortunately, that book had to end prematurely because Joelle can't fucking write a book on time to save her life. You know, John Kent became a bisexual icon. That was a huge thing last year. And, you know, a couple of the other characters here, you know, they've been hit or miss. But still, at the end of the day, it's crazy. It's crazy that DC had to return and use Dan Didio's ideas that ended up getting him kicked out of DC comic books, allegedly. So I wonder, you know, what was DC going to do if they didn't have these ideas to pull from? Would we just not have comic books coming out for 3 months during that time? I don't know. I can't see that happening. But still, again, Dan Didio had foresight, man. He saw the vision. And you know, even though he got booted out, in some way, shape, or form, he still got to see his vision come through. So a lot of these characters ended up getting books. And again, now I get it. Not a lot of them were hits, but still, he got to see his vision come true, even though he wasn't at the head of the table like before. Now, the last thing that Dan Didio did that was great was, you know, he turned me into a comic book fan. Now, Roliver Queen reviews would not exist if it wasn't for Dan Didio. What do I mean by that? I jumped into comic books in 2016 and I picked up DC Rebirth and I was rocking with a lot of what I saw, and it turned me into a diehard DC fan, and it inspired me to start talking about comic books on a regular basis. And you know, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here. If it wasn't for the storylines and the ideas that were introduced via the writers under Didio, I wouldn't be here today, man. I wouldn't be here. So, you know, salute to Dan Didio. Like I said, things were not 100% perfect under him, but he made a comic book fan out of me. And I know he's made a comic book fan out of a lot of you guys, you know. So I don't believe that he was this huge tyrant. I think he had things that people liked and people hated. So let me know down below in the comments, what do you think? You know, did DC Comics completely suck under Dan Didio, or did you like things under, you know, Dan Didio? Like, were there things that you enjoyed during his time over at DC Comic Books? Let's have a conversation. You know, I always like taxes. Also, am I tripping? Am I wilding? Let me know. Let's talk. But if you guys enjoyed the content, please hit that like, please hit that subscribe button, and turn on your notifications. Much love, much peace. I can't wait to hear from you guys. Roliver Queen out.